welcome to this episode of Diosa Podcast. I'm Carolina Sanper, your host, and today, right now, I choose to feel grateful. I choose to remember that everything is working for me. Today, we're going to be talking about feeling good. And what happened before me being here. I woke up with all this energy of I will record the episode today because tomorrow is podcast day. So I will record the episode and I woke up, I took a shower, I got ready, I did my hair. If you are looking at the video, I did my hair, I did my makeup, and my makeup, in case you're wondering, is just the Chanel powder that I love, blush from Tata Harper, and my Sephora lipstick. This is the lipstick I've been using for years. It is the only color I use, wear, whatever the word is. I did my hair, I did my makeup, and I decided I'm gonna do this first thing in the morning. I will record this episode. And Cray, my partner, said, okay, I will go to the gym first thing in the morning. So in my mind, it worked perfect. Like, okay, I will have the house all to myself so I can record the episode and then do the other things that I will do. My workout, breakfast, my meditation, la 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 la, yada yada yada. And what happened that I got ready and Cray was not ready to leave. So I was literally waiting for him. Like, okay. Like, I really feel that I need to record this episode right now. So do you need something else? And just to give you context, the last two episodes, he came home earlier. So the first one, I interrupt the recording, finished the episode, didn't like it, so record the whole thing again. The previous one also made a pause, but then continue and shared it like that. And I was like, you know what? Like, I don't want to do it again because I love recording the episode on one shot, or I just love recording the episode, all the episode at the same time. I don't know how to explain this, but I know you're getting the idea. Okay, I just love not pausing when I'm recording the episode. And I feel, and this is a tool that my therapist, our couple therapist at some point gave us. And when I say our couple therapist, I'm talking about my ex-husband and I. And this is one of the tools that I kept because I've seen the value of it. And is adding the word feel before whatever, before everything. No, whatever, Carolina. So I add the word I feel. I feel this way. I feel that, for example, I feel stressed because I want to record this and I feel that you will need something and then I will make a pause and I don't want that. So I said that And he said, oh my gosh, like, I didn't know. And now that we're talking, sometimes I do feel like that. Sometimes I want to unfold. I want to watch my show. I want to watch the news. And I know that you don't like watching the news. So I feel like that. And that opened a great conversation because I said, oh, I didn't know. I thought that you wanted to connect with me at night, and I've been sleeping late because of my idea. I thought that you wanted me to be there with you, and it works better for me if I go to bed earlier. And he said, like, oh, it also works better for me because if you go to bed earlier, then I will have my hour to play music, to watch my show, to whatever I want to do. And then I will be on bed earlier. And I was like, wow, I didn't know. I didn't know that. So, first hack, first tool of this episode, adding the word feel. I feel this way. And something that I'm very proud of, something that we install in our family, in our relationship, in our creationship, is that we know that no one can control your emotions. So we do not allow, and maybe I'm sounding like, oh, super dramatic, super strict. We don't allow, but I'm sharing it in a flexible way, aware way. We don't allow the, oh, you're making me feel bad. Not with the kids, not between us, or you're making me feel mad, because we know that no one can control your emotions. That is up to you. So whenever we're like, oh, that got me stressed, the situation got me stressed, we are like, no, that doesn't have the power to get you stressed. You're the only one that has the power to feel everything. So it is up to you. And all the other things outside are showing you this. So you can choose different if you want to. If you don't want to choose different, well, you can be the same over and over again. So, okay, I shared this. I shared this because before sharing this, I had so much trouble recording this episode. I recorded so many intros, like 7, let's say, been here for 30 minutes. And it was not flowing. It was not flowing because I was not present. I was in my stress bubble. And what I wanted to share with you, it's funny because I wanted to share with you the tool that I just use. I was getting ready for this episode. I was doing my hair and I thought, or I received this message of share with your community the tool you use to be present, to bring yourself back to the present, to ground yourself. And sometimes I am on autopilot. For example, sometimes I'm taking a shower on autopilot because I know the steps. My body knows the steps better than my mind now. So, autopilot. Sometimes I'm driving on autopilot. Sometimes I'm there cooking on autopilot. And I am so on autopilot that maybe if Cray hugs me, I'm still not present for the hug. So this is a tool that I just use. I describe the way I feel, I describe what's happening, and I describe where I'm at. So I just did it. And that's why I start a lot of the episodes with I'm at home, this is happening, la la la, yada yada. I love that word, yada yada. I start a lot of episodes like that because it's a tool to ground myself. And for the episodes, I do have notes, not a lot though, because at the beginning, when I started this podcast live, I had so many notes. And this, I'm talking about when the podcast was in Spanish. I lived in Mexico 2 years ago. I had so many notes that it didn't work for me. I'm glad I tried it. And because, I mean, I needed that. I needed that. I needed to go through that to find my way. So I did it. That's what I thought I required at that point. It served a purpose. So I started like that, so many notes, and then my art evolved. I found my way. And now I have a few notes and I perceive the energy and I record the episode. So this is what feels aligned at the moment because I do know that it will change because I will change. And let's see. Let's see. It'll be fun, anyways, because it always gets better. Okay, I just use a tool I describe. And for example, if I am, let's talk about the hog. Maybe I'm feeling sad, stressed, burned out, and Cray hugs me. So what I do is I close my eyes. I take a deep, deep breath. And then I describe, okay, Cray's arms are around me. I feel his warmth. I'm hearing his heart. I am feeling the couch. I'm at home. I'm listening to the sounds. Or I'm taking a shower today, for example. Okay? I'm feeling the water, the temperature of the water. I'm massaging my head. I am grabbing the soap. It smells like this. I am present. So, whenever you are not present, you are not receiving. And you have one of the greatest examples. If you are walking or running or driving around your neighborhood on autopilot, you're not aware of maybe a tree or maybe a different house or maybe the decoration of a house. And I've experienced that so many times. Like, oh my gosh, like I didn't know this tree was here. Like I didn't know this house was white or whatever. But when you are not present, you cannot receive. And I know I've used this analogy of UPS. God, let's say, is UPS, Amazon, FedEx, whatever feels better for you at this point. And the gifts are on your name. So they are designed for you, destined for you. But you need to be there to receive them. There are those packages that are on your name and they will only be delivered to you. So you have to be there, present. And if you're not there, it's not that the gifts are not there. You are the one that's not there. So, food for thought. This is the second tool describing. So you can bring yourself back to the present, and your senses will help you with that. What is happening? Okay, this is it. And now that I'm finally here, babe, let's talk about feeling good. I will start with the context. Even though I've been talking for 16 minutes, I know 16 is my number and my birthday is coming soon. And I have to tell you something. Cray, when I was setting the microphone, the camera, everything, the computer, and I was organizing my setup, Cray sat here and pretended to be me. So I will share at the end of the video, and also at the end of the audio because it's kind of fun. I will share Cray's version of myself. It is so good that it's scary. It is so good. Those are the moments that I get to acknowledge how much he listens to me, because it's like it's so me. But okay, the point is, one of my friends called me a few days ago and we had a conversation. Oh my gosh, she's one of the greatest gifts that Houston has given me. Has given me. Okay, yeah. She's one of the greatest gifts of this new chapter of my life. And the conversation was a blessing in so many ways because the kids were here and I got an hour for myself, an hour outside on our front porch. And I was talking with my friend. I was enjoying the darkness. I love the moon, darkness, nighttime. I love it. Maybe that's why a lot of times I go to bed late. And I was enjoying myself, enjoying this. I have a friend that is also enjoying this conversation, and we get to be here. That's great, amazing. So we were talking, and she told me this should be an episode of your podcast. And at that point, because I follow my intuition, I had so many ideas of topics. I had so many ideas of, okay, the next episode can be XYZ, but I didn't have, I didn't choose. I haven't chosen. Yeah. What's the way to say it? Well, I haven't made the decision. Yeah. I haven't made the decision of this is going to be the topic of the episode 15 of the podcast. And sure enough, I'm here talking about this, talking about what we talked about a few days ago. And the first thing is she asked me, like, have you always been like this? Calm. And she remembered this word that I've said so many times and that I said at the beginning of our relationship, my relationship with her. Surrender. Have you always been like this? Because when I talk with you, I feel good. She said a different word. Don't quote me on this. But the idea was I feel, whenever I talk with you, I feel good. I feel I feel lighter, better. That was the idea. Have you always been like this? And I was like, hell no. Hell no. Of course not. I was not like this. And she asked me, like, oh, like, it is what I understood is it is like surprising or hard for me to have the image to imagine yourself being different than this. And I shared, like, no, like, my past life, I was super different. I remember that I was emotionally all over the place. And now that I'm recording this, I would say that I was emotionally not aware. And I was carrying a lot of shit. And at some point, I just explode. I couldn't handle more shit. And I vomit. Like, I just threw up everything. I explode. And I was so used to that, carrying a lot, a lot, to the point of I cannot handle this anymore. I need to scream. I will just explode because I cannot. 1 ounce more. And I share with her, like, if I knew the things I know now, because we were talking about ourselves and our bodies and our relationships, if I knew what I know today, maybe would I I would have never experienced a divorce. So you also know that I know and I believe that if it shouldn't have happened, it wouldn't have happened. So I'm grateful for everything because I get to be here because of all that. I get to be here recording this episode and sharing these things just because I feel stressed. I felt stressed. And it's all working for me. Right now, I feel so much better. I'm here because it's just about the movement. It's not about perfection. I know that it's about progress, not perfection, and about those steps that they're not so little. They're not so little. In our family, we talk a lot about the little things, they're not so little. For example, I Sunday we were at church and Cray walked to give the little thing, the little basket to the people that was next to us, but it was not close. So he needed to walk to deliver the basket, plate, whatever, to the people that was seated next to us. So he walked and then he came back. And when he sat, I said, thank you. Thank you because you always walk so I don't have to walk. And I acknowledge that. Thank you so much. And that meant so much to him. Like, oh, thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that. And we're going to celebrate 1 year together, November 11th, 11/11. And isn't it so magical? And every single day of this year, he has opened my heart. He has opened my door. Yeah, is that the way you say it? And also my heart. Oh my gosh, this is great. This is great. This is juicy. He's been opening my door for a year, opening my heart for a year. And that is something that I also instilled in our relationship because at the beginning, our first discussions, You know, when you are a woman and you are angry and you say, like, well, I don't want anything from you anymore, so I'm gonna open my door, you know? I remember that I was that version. Maybe not with the same example, but let's use this example. I was that energy, even though the example is different. Like, okay, I'm angry, so I'm not gonna receive anything from you. And this time I decided I'm going to do it different because I am the common denominator of my relationships. I am the common denominator. So the one that needs to change is me. Not in a bad way, but if I want to experience something different, I'm the one that needs to change. And surprise, surprise, I can only be in charge of my side of the court. Like I can only control myself, if you want to use that word. I can only be in charge of myself, my movements, my choices. So I will change. And this time I decided, even if we are having a discussion, a heated conversation, I will still receive him because it's a choice. My divorce taught me that, or reaffirm this fact. I'm using serious words. My divorce confirmed that everything is a choice. Everything is a choice. Love for me at this moment is a choice. And maybe that will evolve with me. Maybe that'll change. I don't know. But as of now, I know that love is a choice. Choosing the other person and choosing choosing. I don't have any other word than choosing. Everything is just a choice and you can choose whatever you want. That's it. When we have, or when we had these heated conversations, I wanted to make sure that I was still receiving him and not being this energy of I don't want anything. So heated conversation, discussion in the car, and I stayed inside the car until he opened my door. Heated conversation, and I was like, okay, you're angry, I get it, but this is our house and this is the things you take care of. These are the things I take care of, so we're still doing that. Like it's not, oh, I'm angry, so I'm not there for you. I'm like, no. Like, no, we're angry and we're still choosing each other. That's it. That's it. So I changed. I was the one that changed. And then I get to see and enjoy this different dynamic because I installed a new dynamic. I was not like this. I was not like this. And I remember that I shared with y'all that someone was texting Carolina, red flags, la la. Like, I'm the first one to agree. Like, yeah, like I do have red flags still. And I did have red flags. Yeah, like, yeah, who doesn't have red flags? Like, who's gonna throw the first rock? Like, come on. Like, yeah, I did have red flags. And I do still. And I work on myself. I know my intention. I know the intention behind the things I do. But also, I was sharing with a client yesterday, it's the challenges are part of life, are part of our evolution. We're not going to evolve if we don't get challenged. So it's not that we want to hurt the other person, is that we are here to help each other grow. When I think about my ex-husband right now, in this moment, maybe I said at some point, oh, he hurt me. But now I know that everything that happened helped me become a better version of myself. So I'm grateful for the choices we made, for the pain, for the hurtful moments, because they helped me grow. And now I get it. It's not personal. He was not doing it because he's a bad person, or I was not hurting him because I'm a bad person, because my intention was never to hurt him. Like, I was married to him. I didn't want to hurt him. Like, that was never the intention. I felt an emotion, and then I reacted without awareness, and we created XYZ. But I know my intention, and that's it. Like, I get to evolve, and he chose XYZ, and I felt XYZ. My part, or my responsibility, are my emotions, or my responsibility is the way I feel, and what am I gonna choose, and yada yada yada. So now I get it. It was not personal. It was not against me. And that helped me become a better version of myself, helped me evolve. So we're good. We're good. Everything is working for me. Okay. Now that we're talking about emotions, emotions are not facts. Emotions are messengers. Emotions are there to show us something, to give us information so we can take action. That's the only thing with emotions. If we dissect the word, emotion is energy in motion. Motion. Energy in motion. So it's energy that you're perceiving, that's giving you information so you can take action on something. If my cat is eating, she is feeling an emotion, receiving information of this feels good, so keep doing this. If I touch fire, I will have a sensation, I will have an emotion that's going to give me information of avoid this. If I, whatever, same path. Emotions, energy in motion, it's only information so you can take action, so you can move. That's the only thing. And for example, if I want to use a real thing, what happens when we do not feel good? When I don't feel good about myself? There's an emotion, and the important thing about this, I remember something, just to add lightness to this. We were in the car, the four of us. So I said, I have a butt. Because, I don't know, the kids were about to receive something, but I had a butt. So I said, I have a butt, and this is an important butt. So now the kids play with, Carolina has an important butt. And I mean, yeah, I'll take it. When we are not feeling good, there's something there. There's energy in motion. There's energy that now is stuck. And it's information that we haven't received. It's information that we have there, but we don't want to look at it. So it will stay there because we're not receiving it. So it's like someone tapping on your shoulder, and it's tapping because it has a message for you, but you're not receiving it, you're not present, you're not there. So the tapping will not end until you receive the message. Like, oh, okay, what are you trying to say? And if you see it in real life, it's like your kids. It is like your kids. Like they want to tell you something, and they want to tell you something. They want to tell you something. So they will start with Carolina, 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 to the point where I hear sometimes the kids scream my name because I don't know, I was taking a shower, I was meditating, I didn't answer, and I was like this screaming of Carolina, I'm hungry, or something like that, you know? And I feel this is a great analogy with what I'm sharing because emotions, this information that you will receive is not, sometimes it is not as serious. Sometimes it's get away from this. Or, and when I mean, what I mean by get away from this, maybe is you don't like this type of movement. You don't like this food. Like, eat the food you like. Move your body in a way that feels good for you. When we are not feeling good, I've acknowledged that we go to the band-aids instead of addressing, okay, what's happening. We are unaware of what's happening, and we choose the unawareness. We choose to avoid, reject, ignore that we do not feel good. And this is not because we're bad. It's not about being bad. It's not about being wrong. It's not about being right or good. That has nothing to do with it. It has to do with we were trained to do this, to avoid the uncomfortable feelings, to avoid the discomfort. And I was listening to a podcast yesterday, a Melissa Wood Help podcast, and she shared it's going to be hard because it is everything you don't know. And let me say it again. It's going to be hard because it is everything you don't know. We sometimes avoid the discomfort because we don't know what's going to happen. And I've talked a lot about this. We choose the past because we know that book. And we do not choose the life of our dreams a lot of times because we don't know what's going to happen, because we are walking in the unknown. And that's the only place where your dreams can really manifest, the unknown. Because because that's the space where they literally have space to grow, to unfold, to manifest. Okay. We were trained to pretend that everything was good. And I didn't know that I would be talking about this. I was raised with, you need to be the perfect woman, the perfect wife. Talk less, smile, be okay with everything. Don't cry in front of a man. Don't show your weakness. Friends, they're not real, so you cannot have friends. They will talk about you at some point or another. Don't share your information. They will use it against you at some point. So friends are not real. Look at me. I remember that woman of my family used to say that, look at me. I don't have friends. They're not real friends. And now that I'm saying that, I choose to believe different because I consider myself right now to be a good friend. Like I am a good friend. I can keep secrets. I am there for my friends. So if I am evolving as a friend, if I consider myself to be a great friend, a friend that's present, not perfect, but I'm there, and I'm okay with saying I'm sorry because of this or whatever. Like I am there for the evolution. If I exist, then friends do exist because there are another woman out there that feel the same way as, yeah, feel the same way. This is so nourishing to be talking about this. And I consider my friend a friend. The friend that started all this. Thank you. Thank you for you. You know who you are. You know who you are, girl. Not, I was raised with those beliefs. Don't pay attention to the discomfort. And I remember that when I was getting divorced, it was hard. And at some point, and in the past, like in the previous past, I've said, oh, and I shared yesterday on TikTok, at some point I felt, what's the point of waking up? I just lost my family, meaning my husband, like my dreams of having kids with this person. So what's the point of waking up? Like I don't want to wake up anymore. And whenever I shared that with my family, with my close family, it was like, no, 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 no. Don't pay attention to that. And yeah, I mean, everything is inside your mind. Your mind is telling you that. But the point that I'm trying to address, that I'm addressing here, is that we were trained or we were taught, yeah, taught to avoid the discomfort, to avoid the unknown, to avoid the uncomfortable feelings. So don't look at it, don't look at the elephant in the room. And if you don't look, if you don't make eye contact, it will disappear. Well, guess what? I've tried everything, every single thing. And for example, I was feeling bad because my body changed in ways that I didn't like a few months ago. So I was feeling a certain way, and that created the changes in my body, right? Are you following me? Because your body is only a reflection of you. Your body is showing you in the mirror, you can see what is installed inside of you. So I was feeling a certain way, and my body was showing me the reflection of that. I didn't like it. So instead of going to the root, I put on band-aids. Why I put band-aids? Because I was not acknowledging that I'm feeling this. This situation is uncomfortable. I'm telling myself this story about this. And remember, you are creating the story of it all. You are receiving whatever is happening in your reality, and you are the one inventing the story. It's not the way it is, it's the way you're looking at it. And I have a mantra that I always say that I don't remember right now. We see the world, yeah. We see the world as we are, not as it is. I was not acknowledging the discomfort. And instead of going back to awareness or choosing awareness, I decided, okay, I'm gonna put on these band-aids because because this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I've been taught. So my band-aids, here they are. Translates not acknowledging that I'm feeling uncomfortable. Translates to unaware practices, of course, the band-aids. And my band-aids were a new hairstyle. Oh, I'm gonna change my hair. I'm gonna cut my hair. And then I cut my hair, and guess what? I was feeling exactly the same way. Now with the, oh, my hair is short and I liked it, but I don't love it, but now I have this problem. Okay, that was not enough. So I will start this diet. I will get on this diet. I will get on this way of eating. Yeah, because I don't call them diet, but I was basically functioning with the diet mindset. This outside is gonna fix the way I feel. Guess what? I tried a lot of things. And when I say I tried, believe me, I fucking tried because I have a lot of information about nutrition. I am a health coach by IIN. I know a lot about nutrition. And just for being a health coach, and specifically an IIN health coach, I have access to a library with 100 different diets. I do know what I'm talking about. I tried no gluten, completely vegan. And when I'm talking about completely vegan, also my skincare products, uh, everything. Okay, just fish and eggs. Okay, I'm gonna open my diet to everything but not gluten. I'm gonna do this fasting for 3 days and a half, this fasting for a day, and then this cleanse, avoiding all fats for this amount of days. Like I tried everything. And of course I was changing the outside, and guess what? Nothing changed because I was still feeling the way I was feeling. Okay, another band-aid. Let me buy a lot of things. Let me just buy new clothes. Let me buy this new outfit. Let me buy this bag that I like. Let me buy this new ring. Let me buy this um, thing that I don't need. My Amazon cart was full of things that I do not need, in the sense of I didn't even care about those things as much. It was just like this necessity of I need to fill up my void. I need something to literally attach to myself to not feel what I am feeling. Okay, let's talk about something more physical. Fillers. And all these things, fillers, surgeries, this. I did my boobs. That's it. I did my boobs when I was 14. My mom, auntie decided, okay, we're gonna do Carolina's nose. And I have my nose and my boobs, those surgeries. And I was talking with a friend, and both of my surgeries, I would say, well, I was 14, and I remember that I said yes. My mom and my auntie asked me, and then I said yes without knowing, well, what was the implication really. But I did like it, and I was like, okay, cool with it. That was 14. My boobs surgery. I did my surgery feeling good with myself. I didn't feel oh, I feel so bad that I need to do this because I'll feel better. I remember that I meditated a lot, the decision, and it was a decision that came from, wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it be fun? Like, I love myself and I would love to have this just because it gets to be fun. Not because there's something wrong with me and I need it, just because I love the Victoria's Secret angels, and I love Victoria's Secret. At that point, I was obsessed with it. And I would love the swimsuit to just like, oh, look this way. I would love it, like, just because it gets to be fun. So when I'm talking about fillers and surgeries, if it comes from a place of I feel great about myself. And I want to add this because it gets to be fun. Wouldn't it be fun to experience this? Just for fun, for the fun of it, I will do it. When it comes from that place, because your intention drives everything. When it comes from that place, I feel that it's great. Like, do it, do it. I will be the first one to say, do it, and call me and let's celebrate together. Yes, girl. But when it comes from a place of, I don't feel good, and this is going to be one of the band aids, I don't feel that you should do it because first of all, you're not aware. Like, you are in the middle of, you're being an effect of your emotion. Like, you are not present. You're just feeling a lot of discomfort, but trying to avoid the discomfort. So you're like inside of a tornado. Everything's moving, a lot of emotions, but you don't want to look at it. But you're not there, but you're not present, but you're feeling comfortable, but band-aids, but not aware. Like, I wouldn't do the fillers or the surgeries or anything with, now that I'm here. I did it, so don't feel bad. I did it. That's why I know. That's why I know this, because I did it. Because I was in the middle of 55 tornadoes choosing unaware things. And now I just thought I got divorced. Duh. Let's just use it as a joke. Like, at this point, it's just like, yeah, it doesn't mean anything. I evolved, and I'm grateful for that. Like the other day, I talked with my ex-husband to close a few things that we needed to close, and everything's closed now. And I said, you know what? Like, I feel grateful for you because all the things we experienced helped me become a better version of myself. And that's why I can be a better version for Cray now, because of all the things that I didn't know and I learned through all the things we experienced. So thank you. Fillers and surgeries, going back, if you choose them as a band-aid, you're choosing them unaware. So I feel that then if you choose them unaware, then it can have a negative uh, consequence. And I'm using those words on purpose because maybe you don't like them. Maybe when you come back to your awareness, you're like, oh, I wish I didn't do this. I wouldn't have done this. And also, if you choose them as a band-aid, then maybe they won't be enough. They'll be like, oh, I still don't feel good, so let me do a little bit more. Let me do a little bit more. Let me do a little bit more. And you're going to be choosing them over and over again. And maybe, yeah, maybe they don't work at all. They don't, and now that I'm saying it, they won't work. They won't work because you're just putting a band-aid on something else, and the healing is not going to come through the filler, the surgery, the Amazon card, the new diet, the new movement, the new hairstyle, the new relationship. It's not going to come from there. The healing is not going to come from the outside. It's going to come from within. The healing comes from within, because the filter, the story is inside. The programming is inside. So you cannot expect the outside to change the seed. You cannot expect the apple to become a banana without changing the seed. Like no, like what? It's like literally putting, I've shared this analogy. It's like painting the apple orange and pretending that that's going to change the seed and everything's going to be different on the inside. And girl, no. Now that I say it, like, girl, no, like, I'm talking also to my 20-year-old, like, girl, it's not going to work. Like, go to the source. The band-aid is not going to solve anything. And I was talking with my friend and said, you know what, like, I did the hairstyle, I did the diet, I did the Amazon shopping, the unaware excessive shopping. I didn't do at this point fillers or surgeries, but I also engaged on plans that I didn't like, but I felt that I needed them to feel better, and they didn't work. Like, I ended up feeling worse because now I had things that I didn't need, invested money in things that I don't even like anymore. I dyed my hair and I love it, but at the same point, I like now I need to do it every month because it goes lighter, and I like it darker. So now I have this, and like no, like I ended up with the same feeling and now more problems because I didn't address the source of what was happening. And the gift of this conversation is there's a feeling that you're avoiding. There is a feeling that you're avoiding, and none of the band aids will solve that because it's just a message. The emotion that you're avoiding is just a message. So it's just about coming back to yourself, coming back to, ah, what's happening? What is happening? What what am I avoiding? What's the feeling? What's the emotion? What am I feeling? What is here? Being back to the present, because you're gonna go back to your awareness. Oh wow, now I get it. Now I get it why is it started with, oh wow, now I get it why this episode started with being present. What's the feeling I'm avoiding? What's the emotion I'm avoiding? So you can get rid of the unawareness. And this is the path. Okay, present, to acknowledge what's the emotion, what's the feeling, what's the message. And then, okay, I'm feeling uncomfortable. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling apathy. I'm feeling la la. Then you have that. You're looking at it. The emotion, and the second would be, what's the thought that's creating this? Like, what's the thought? What are you thinking that is creating this emotion? Okay, so for example, and we're changing it here, I'm feeling frustrated. What's the thought? That my body is not looking good. And I've tried so many things and none of them worked. So now you have the connection of, you're feeling this because you're creating this story. And it's a never ending uh, battle, I would say. Because if you have this emotion, you have this thought. And if you have this thought, then you create that emotion. It's like a never ending game. Being present to, okay, I'm feeling this way. This is the thought. This is a message. This is a message of, okay, this is here. It's just a reflection. If I do not want to experience this anymore, what emotion What emotion do I really want to feel? Okay, I want to feel at peace. I want to feel joy. I want to feel free in my body. I want to feel radiant. I want to feel sexy, beautiful. I want to feel irresistible. I love that word, irresistible. Okay, what do I need to think to feel irresistible? That I am sexy, that my body is radiant, that my body heals itself by itself, that I can eat whatever I want and my body will take the nutrients it requires, that my health is a priority, that the more I take care about my health, the more radiant I am, that it is easy to take care, that it is so easy to take care of myself, that when I take care of myself, everything glows. I glow different. If you have those thoughts, then you're going to create those emotions. They're going to be a mirror and you're going to change your inside, and the reflection will be aligned with that movement that you just did. With the thing that I want to close this episode is with meditation, because I shared on TikTok yesterday that meditation was a path. I didn't like meditation because I thought I'm so aware right now. Like, because I've been studying this for years. So at that point, I thought, oh, I'm so aware. So I do not need to sit with myself because I'm aware. I journal, I walk, walk in nature, I move my body. Like, I have all these tools. So I do not need meditation. I was that person until nothing worked. I was getting divorced. It was super, super, super hard. And one of my friends asked me, how's your meditation practice? And when I didn't have anything else, tried everything, but I was living in the middle of a war. I just sat down with, okay, nothing wrong can happen. I'm already living the worst case scenario. Like, I'm already living the worst case scenario. Nothing bad is going to happen anymore. Nothing worse will happen. I sat with myself 16 minutes. It started with 16 minutes of pranayama, 16 minutes first thing in the morning, 16 minutes at night. And it changed my life because it gave me the space to tap into what was happening, to check in with myself, the things that I'm sharing, like, oh, what am I avoiding? What's the feeling that I do not want to feel? What's the emotion that's been tapping on my shoulder that I've been avoiding? Where is it? Instead of looking for band-aids outside, okay, I'm here. I'm here, I'm present, I'm I'm willing to receive this message. I'm not running anymore. I'm here. Tell me, what is it? And that, just being willing to receive the message, just receiving the message, is gonna create a different reality for you. It's gonna destroy 99% of the problem if you want to use those words, because it's just about being present. When you are present, you are light. Literally, you are light in the darkness, so everything will be different. It will glow different. So do it. My meditation was that for me, and I'm sharing it because my intuition is telling me to deliver this message. uh Meditation was that for me, a space of, okay, I'm here, and I wish you get in touch with yourself, because whatever band-aid is not going to work, because it's not outside. And remember, you don't paint the reflection on the mirror. You don't draw a different outfit on the mirror. You change the source. and you are the source. So go back to yourself with these tools that I just shared. Try them. Try them. Maybe right now, both of us, we're living our worst case scenario, because it only gets better, and it will get better and better and better and better and better. I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share what I love to share. Like, I live for this. I receive energy from this. I don't care, maybe I should, but I do not care about the number of followers, the number of, well, I do care. But what I'm saying is, I'm sharing my message, and I'm sharing it because I love the sharing part of it. If it's to one friend, if it's to my partner, if it's to 5 women, if it's to 1,000,000, the sharing is the greatest part for me. And yeah, I do care about my followers. I do care about my community. So if you are listening to me, I would love if you leave a review, if you DM me, if you want to go a step ahead, DM me. If you want to go another step ahead, if you want to share this episode with someone that you know will contribute, I will love that. Thank you so much for you. Thank you so much, God, Source, Universe. Thank you so much, Carolina. I love you, and I will catch you in the next episode. That kiss was good. Cray was not expecting this, but yeah, this is happening. As promised, Cray on the dream with y'all.
Testing. Hello. This is Crayon Vidrine with another episode of the Crayon Vidrine podcast. And I'm so happy to have y'all here today. Yes, I did my hair. My birthday is coming up. I love my birthday. Like, if you don't know me, I just love, I don't care about Christmas, or if you do, great. But I love my birthday. Like, it's all about me. And the other days I was a little stressed because I wanted to do a birthday podcast, and I was thinking about my accomplishments. But you know what? Like, this year has really been so challenging and hard. And yeah, it's hard because you don't know how to do it. Like what? And so I was thinking the other day, and it's like, if you knew how to do it, it wouldn't be hard. That's the whole point, right? So when you were thinking about source, and like, source is source, and it gives you the strengths and the difficulties and the tests, right? Because source is source. So
I'll see you in the next episode.